PlayStation has announced a partnership with Discord. It's very interesting, but I think there is a hidden reason why it was announced when it was. So to wrap up the wild Monday in gaming news, PlayStation announced a new partnership with Discord. Now, this is not something that is going to be coming in the near future, as they announced it. They say here that together our teams are already hard at work connecting Discord with your social and gaming experience on PlayStation Network. Our goal is to bring the Discord and PlayStation experiences closer together on console and mobile starting early next year, allowing friends, groups, and communities to hang out, have fun, and communicate more easily while playing games together. Now, my initial reaction to this was, wow, that's great news for PlayStation gamers, that they are going to be able to interact with their friends on PC, jump into Discord chats whenever they're playing on their PlayStation, and potentially this could mean that more PlayStation games make its way over to the PC, because if they're getting a platform like this that will be available on the console, they're hoping that you have your PlayStation gamers hanging out with your PC gamers and they're all playing games together. And I think preferably they hope that they're all playing PlayStation games together. But other than that, Discord is the #1 platform on PC for interacting and hanging out with your friends, so it is a great thing. Xbox does have integration with Discord, but really it's just so people can see what you're playing on your Xbox. When you're playing Xbox games on Xbox Live, it'll show up on Discord, the game that you're playing. So that is there, and I would love to see Microsoft do some sort of partnership as well to bring over a native Discord app on to Xbox so you can connect with your friends on PC. And it just makes a lot more sense right now for Xbox to do something like that, considering their strategy with their ecosystem and really making PC and Xbox one platform with games going back and forth and having friends on both platforms playing together. But with all that being said, it was a curious announcement today, and I think this was done very strategically by PlayStation and Jim Ryan. So firstly, this partnership, I mean, the announcement doesn't say anything. It's extremely vague. Okay, you're getting stuff for Discord. You're going to be able to connect through Discord on PlayStation, and it's not an announcement that is a system seller or a huge hype builder of any sort. It's not going to get people to go out and buy a PlayStation. So announcing this so far in advance when they're saying that this is only going to be coming sometime next year doesn't really make a lot of sense. People are going to be forgetting about this in a few months until they bring it back up. So it's not something people are going to be sitting there and just chomping at the bit waiting for Discord to come to PlayStation. Now, the reason I say this is because there was some interesting articles that came out today, some interesting documents that came out, and it's regarding Sony's pushback against crossplay back in 2018. So if you remember back in 2017 and 2018, cross-platform was starting to develop. It was really the first time we were seeing consoles being able to cross over and play with gamers from other consoles. And it really was all from a push from Microsoft. Now, this says here, Microsoft first revealed it would allow Xbox gamers to play against PS4 and PC players at E3 last year. This is an article from 2017. So this goes back even further, 2016 when they first announced it. And then in 2017 at E3, both Rocket League and Minecraft were going cross-platform, allowing players on the Nintendo Switch, a Windows PC, Mac, or Xbox One to play against each other. But for some reason, Sony and the PS4 was not involved in this. Now, Jim Ryan had an answer as to why this was the case, and here was Sony's response. We have a contract with people to go online with us. We look after them, and they are within the PlayStation curated universe. Exposing what in many cases are children to external influences we have no ability to manage or look after. It's something we have to think about very carefully. And I guess if you think about it from keeping children safe, that is always a good reason for stuff like this. But in this case in general, it just did not make sense when you think about Xbox and you think about Nintendo. That's pretty much insinuating that Xbox and Nintendo are allowing bad things to happen, which obviously is not the case. And Phil Spencer was kind of offended by that, saying the fact that somebody would kind of make an assertion that somehow we're not keeping Minecraft players safe, I found not only from a Microsoft perspective, but from a game industry perspective, like, I don't know why that has become the dialogue. That doesn't seem healthy for anyone. So in my opinion, it was Sony reaching for a reason to give to people so they did not look bad in this case. And all that being said, the real reason why Sony blocked crossplay has come out in these court documents. So right now there is the Epic versus Apple case that is going on. So documents are coming out in this case, and there is some information between Epic and Sony that has come out, and basically it's a month leading up to Sony's decision to block Fortnite from crossplay in 2018. Epic Games actually pleaded with Sony to enable crossplay. But so it's a pretty interesting email. I'm going to read it to you guys, and you can skip through it or not, but here's what it says. We love working with PlayStation, and we want this to be a win-win. The longer this drags out, it will be less so. I can't think of a scenario where Epic Games doesn't get what we want. That possibly went out the door when Fortnite became the biggest game on PlayStation. Here's what I propose. We give you the data you are asking for plus the marketing data ask. Epic deeply integrates Sony esports API into Unreal Engine 4 as an engine level feature. We market and advertise it as a first-class citizen of the engine, maybe E3 announcement, and we support it in Fortnite. We announce crossplay in conjunction with Sony. Epic goes out of its way to make Sony look like heroes. You get to pick the when, where, and how. Epic brands its E3 presence with PlayStation. We're planning a 100-player celebrity program with huge after-party budgets I've seen are huge, and it will be the biggest event at E3. Maybe we announce with all the celebs on stage, new partnership. Epic's willing to explore more items. Maybe we committed to a game at the launch of your next VR platform. PS Plus, maybe we do something extra for a month, offer a unique character or something highly valuable to drive PS Plus adoption even more. Epic extends the Sony company-wide Unreal Engine 4 license. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but your license to use Unreal 4 expires in May 2019. That license has some of the best terms we've ever offered for Unreal Engine 4. Let's make this a huge win for us all. Epic's not changing its mind on the issue, so let's just agree on it now. And it's signed by Joe Kreiner, who is the business development of Unreal Engine Americas at Epic Games. And Sony didn't agree to any of this. They didn't want anything to do with this proposal from Epic. So Gio Corsi, who was Sony's senior director of developer relations at that time, did not like the idea. He dismissed it, saying that cross-platform play is not a slam dunk no matter the size of the title, and then says, as you know, many companies are exploring this idea and not a single one can explain how cross-console play improves the PlayStation business. In other words, cross-platform play is not going to make Sony any additional money, so we don't want to do it. But going forward, in August of 2019, Sony was able to come up with a reason on how cross-platform would help the business, and it was this cross-platform revenue share plan. And it was pretty simple. Basically, they were proposing that the PSN revenue share divided by the PS4 gameplay share of any game, if it's less than 0.85 in any given month, the partner will pay Sony Interactive Entertainment a royalty to offset the reduction of the revenue. But if it is higher than 0.85, then they won't have to pay anything. So basically, Sony is saying if there is a cross-platform game that is getting a ton of playtime through PSN and that game is making lots of revenue, the maker of that game has to pay some royalties over to PlayStation to compensate for them giving the game so many players. Now, Epic's Games CEO Tim Sweeney also confirmed that this actually happened. So he says, in certain circumstances, Epic will have to pay additional revenue to Sony. If somebody were primarily playing on PlayStation but paying on iPhone, then this might trigger compensation. Sweeney also revealed that Epic had to agree to pay these additional fees to Sony in order to enable crossplay in Fortnite. So as we know, Sony eventually did go on and stop blocking crossplay, but they got a lot of backlash for blocking it at first. So that's probably the main reason why they went ahead and they allowed gamers to have cross-platform play with PlayStation users. But there you have it. This right here is the reason why Sony initially wanted to block crossplay. It's because if they were to just allow it like the other platforms, they would not be gaining some revenue and they would not be lining their pockets. So I sit back and I look at this, and I've said this on my channel and in videos before. I'm not going to come here and just go crazy and outrage over it. As a business, PlayStation, I mean, it is a business move that makes them a lot of money if companies are willing to agree on this, because they know there is such a large user base within PSN that it's still worth it for them to pay those royalties in order to get players onto their game from PlayStation. And all it shows at the end of the day is that it's another corporation business move, that this is what it is within the gaming industry behind closed doors. This is what happened. None of these companies are saviors. None of these companies are the hero. They're all trying to make as much money as possible. However, there are some companies, I believe, that like Sony do more anti-consumer things than Microsoft. And that's why I love Microsoft right now when it comes to their Xbox division, with how pro-consumer they have been with Game Pass, with crossplay, with backwards compatibility, and all that kind of stuff. And that's the main reason why I prefer Xbox over other platforms. But my point to all of this is that this announcement here with Discord was a complete strategic announcement. There's a reason why this came out on May 3rd. And it's another, I would say, very smart marketing move by Sony. And the reason they put this out was because they knew that these court documents were going to be published. These court documents were coming out and the media was all over it. And they were trying to drown out some of the backlash that was going to come out of it. And honestly, I think it worked. Now, yes, people are talking about this. I'm talking about this. You go on Twitter, you'll see lots of people talking about this. But I think you're going to see more people talking about this. And this is a nothing announcement. Realistically, it's an absolutely nothing announcement, because these services aren't coming until next year. And it's not like they bought a huge studio and they're working on another massive first party game. They're literally integrating Discord into PlayStation. And to be completely honest, a lot of people aren't going to care about this at all. People like me will care about it because I play video games on PC a lot and I have lots of friends who play games on PC. But there are tons of people that are just not even going to care about this, yet it's taking over the airwaves because you have people reading the headlines and you have the fanboys propping it up like it's this massive thing, when really it isn't that big of a thing. So, I mean, it's a good chess play by Sony, I have to admit. It's a great marketing move. And as somebody who likes to follow the business side of video games as well as obviously the gaming side of video games, I mean, you can hate Jim Ryan all you want, but he knows what he's doing when it comes to a business and just making money for PlayStation. And again, this isn't me saying that I like it. This isn't me saying that I agree with it, especially with the blocking of crossplay, because I know people are going to come in here and they're going to say I should be more angry about this and being more outraged and that I'm now a Sony fanboy or whatever. It is just me looking at it objectively. And Jim Ryan's job is to make money for PlayStation and to do things like this. So these bad announcements are overshadowed by something like this, which in reality, like I said, isn't even that big. And there's a stark contrast between Xbox and Sony right now when we get these types of announcements and the fanboys propping stuff up, because this day as well, we saw all of the Xbox stuff. We saw all those great games coming to Game Pass, and we saw the backwards compatibility with the FPS boost, getting more enhancements in more games. And you look at the difference between what Xbox is doing and what PlayStation is doing. And I think there is a stark contrast when it comes to more anti-consumer versus way more consumer friendly. And I like to tend to think that you are not making money off these corporations, and you should be supporting and demanding companies to do things that are consumer friendly, that keep more money in your pocket. And that's the main reason right now why Xbox is by far my preferred platform. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. That's my take on this. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm crazy? Let me know in the comments below. I'm sure I'm going to be getting some people from PlayStation telling me I'm an idiot. But hey, if you're going to tell me I'm an idiot, tell me a good reason why I am completely wrong on this, rather than just being a fanboy. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and you liked what you see throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow and help grow this community so we can have great conversations in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.